check. Check. Are we live? We are live. Hold on. We are live. Ayo, what is up, everybody? What is going on? It's your girl, Jay. Welcome back to my channel. It's Wednesday night. We are live. What is going on? I hope everyone out there is doing well. And thank y'all for hanging with me tonight. It's another off night. I know this says Tuesday Night Live. It is, in fact, Wednesday, but you know, there was a game on and I had a lot of stuff going on. I ain't even gonna get into it. It was a lot of stuff that it kind of kept me from having a show yesterday, but I'm here today. So we're gonna talk about the W as usual because we're still in the season. And I want to see something real quick. So as people are filing in, I want to check something real quick. If I can, let's see. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm checking something real fast. Trying to see if I can. Now, how did I do this last time? No, I don't know. Let's see if I do. Real quick before we get started, I'll address everyone in the comments. If y'all give me 1 second. Okay, I think I did what I wanted to do. We shall see. All right. What's up? I'm here now. Let's see who's in the building. We got Groovy. What's up, Jay and everyone else? We got RC, my wrench. JSpot, hey. Ghost is in the building. Ghost says you're not that fast, J Bug or Bug. Get in gear. Your fans are waiting. It's almost been a second. Oh my gosh. Ghost, chill out. It's been a bunch of seconds. I know. I just had to check on something and I can't do it unless I'm live. So I did what I needed to do. What's going on, y'all? Q is in the building. What's going on? We are going to talk about the end of round 2 and what we think is going to go down in the finals. I don't have a lot of news. We're not doing a fit check. I ain't talking about rookies right now. We're just chatting. We're just going to chat, talk about what's been going on. There's been a little bit of news in the dub going around. So we're going to bring that up real quickly. Boom. There we go. So this first slide I got is a thank you from the Aces to the Aces fans as I go into the review for the past games, the recapping the past games. As y'all know, I'm an Aces girl. Well, Aces and Sky, but Sky is kind of on punishment right now. But the Aces, we did not We did not make it into the finals this season. Um, it was too little, too late for my team. But as I'm talking about that, we're gonna go ahead and bring up the scores from the last week since we last left here. So I'll bring that up. Boom and boom. There we go. So last we left, my show last week was on a Wednesday, and my homie Rob was there with me. Shout out to Rob for coming on the show. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh my god, my allergies are bad today. All right, so Friday, October 4th, Minnesota Lynx took on Connecticut Sun. Um, Minnesota had, well, this was game 3. So Minnesota won 90-81. They took a 2-1 lead at that point. And then New York Liberty played the Aces. The Aces did win game 3. They won it 95-81. That was the game where I felt like the Aces still had it, in them, that they could compete. I never had a doubt that my Aces couldn't compete. I never had a doubt that um I just believe in my team. Like, they didn't make it, they fell short, but I still believed in my team, and I'm not going to apologize for it. But this game really made me, I was like, they are playing like the Aces that I know. The Aces that, yes, Asia can get hot, but Chelsea can get hot. Jackie can get hot. Kelsey can get hot. AC can get hot. Like, we were getting production from all over the place. Tip Hayes, Meg came in the game for a bit. Like, we were really well, longer than a bit, because we lost Kia Stokes due to a concussion that she had in the last game, when she bumped heads with JJ. But if I sound stuffy, y'all, just please just bear with me. Like I said, my allergies are starting to move to my sinuses, and I'm probably sounding a little nasally. So don't bother me about that, please. I know I might sound weird. But if we're looking at the box scores, Jackie had 24 points that game. Asia had 19. Kelsey had 20. Chelsea had 10. Tip had 11. Thanks for the ad. Sid came off. He gave us 4 points. We were doing so well that Becky put in the whole entire bench, and Kristen Bell, KB, who never gets to play, gave us 2 points. She scored. I think that's her first points this season, if I'm not mistaken. Queen was in the game. She didn't score. Kate Martin was in the game. She didn't score. Meg was in the game. She didn't score. But we had some balanced scoring from our main 5. And then we got a little bump from Alicia Clark, but a really big pickup from Tip Hayes. It was phenomenal. We were just on all cylinders, just doing great. And so that's what gave me some hope, that I was like, the Aces might go ahead and push this to a game 5. It might be possible we could still make it to the finals if everyone plays this type of ball. But we know what happened after that. So going back to the scores, this WNBA website is not the best, most user friendly. But going back to the scores, on Sunday, which were games 4. So New York Liberty did beat the Aces 76-62. I didn't even get to watch the game. I was at work. So I was kind of like trying to watch the scores on my phone here and there, but I couldn't really get into it. And then I just saw that we were down. I was just like, oh, this is horrible. By the time I got home, like, the game was over, and the sun was getting ready to start playing. So I missed the whole thing, but thanks to ESPN and their lovely coverage of the Aces losing, I got to see a lot of the highlights. I got to hear their commentary on it. And I mean, shout out to New York. New York wanted it. They've been they didn't appreciate the celebrations. They didn't appreciate the Aces winning on their floor, especially in that fashion during Game 4. They didn't appreciate that. They didn't appreciate the celebrations of the confetti falling. Like, it's got to be hard. And I think I forgot who said this. Was it Paul George? Somebody I was listening to on a podcast, but he was saying, I can't remember who it was now, but it was an NBA player. But it was like, there's almost no worse feeling than losing a championship at your home and you're watching the other team celebrate that championship on your floor, like in front of your fans. Like, it's horrible. And you don't want to be in that position again. So I think New York took that along with like the celebration during the parade and stuff like that, and just things they've heard over the course of the season from, commentators to different people. And I mean, they got their lick back. So, I mean, I'm not at all surprised. New York was the better team. They played like the better team this season. And so, my hat goes off to New York. Shout out to y'all. And then Minnesota played Connecticut, and Connecticut won 92-82. They ended up tying the series and sending that back to a Game 5. So now we got like a full blown series going with them. They were able to get it to a Game 5. Real quick, I'll go through the comments before I go too far. Summer says, I'm here. Hey, Summer. RC says, Jay, how you doing with us getting eliminated? Did you take it hard? I was able to process it through it without being in too much pain. It just wasn't our year. Essentially, I didn't see your comment, but that's essentially how I feel about it. It wasn't our year. It's the Aces. I did not want to give up, and I'm not giving up on the Aces and what they could have been, but they started the season really weird, uncharacteristic. They didn't have Chelsea. They went on this losing streak. Then KP gets sick. They go to the Olympics and they just seem like, I mean, outside of Asia, everyone kind of seemed a little like discombobulated, like they didn't know what was really going on. And then we come to find out that Jackie had an undisclosed injury, probably from the Olympics, or she did say it was from the Olympics, but she didn't want to go into detail about what it was. A lot of people were making comments about Jackie seeming different after the Olympics, and they were just thinking she was tired, but I guess it was some kind of injury that she doesn't want to talk about. You had Kelsey not only sick, but I think, Kelsey was going through a divorce. It was just a lot. It was a lot. And then, of course, we got, like, as much as they don't say anything or talk about it, you're getting investigated by the W about, the $100,000 that everybody got from the city of Vegas. You got the lawsuit, the whole situation with De'Erica and, suing the team and the league. I mean, it's just a lot, I think, was on them, and they just weren't, for whatever reason, they just weren't like focused the way they should have been. And I mean, this is what happens. You don't make it to the finals as much as these teams aren't playing with us. These teams are ready. They are built for this. They have been looking at the number one target in the league, which has been the Vegas Aces for the past 2 years. And any little slip up, they're going to take advantage of it. And they did. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to next season to see what they do. I think we'll be good. We'll just, like Asia said, we'll start another streak next season. Ghost says, I'm sorry, we're not getting the Asia fee matchup. That could have been good. Yeah, that was going to be, I would have been really like to see that. RC says, to Ghost, what up? Just watching baseball and hockey. Ghost says, you never have to apologize for being an Aces fan, but your Sky love is another matter. That's between you and God. Look, I like who I like. And honestly, like I said, the Sky is on punishment. I don't see it for the Sky organization, but I have like taken a liking to the players, especially obviously Angel and Camilla and Kennedy. Mick as well, Big Mama. Like I can name them all off. Like I grew to love the team of players, and of course Teaspoon. The organization is another thing. So I can't stop. I can't stop rooting for my girls. I just can't. April's in the house with the looky eyes. April wants to know, can we talk about the Tims at center court? Did I see that? I saw that picture. Oh, that was Stewie, right? Stewie put some Tims center court with the wait, is that right? And she put a W as the comment or her caption. Was that Stewie or was that somebody else? RC says Becky said they were built to defeat us. That's most likely true. Revenge was a high motivating factor. Yeah, and it was. I mean, it's no secret. Like these teams were built to try to take down the Aces ever since last season. And I mean, and that's a smart thing to do. Like if you want to be in playoff contention, if you want to make it to that next level, you got to figure out how to beat the most dominant teams. And for 2 years, that was the Aces. So what do you need to do to get those right pieces in place in order to, get that championship or get the opportunity to get to that championship? You need to do what you can do. So yeah, they built those teams, and like Becky said, they did what they were supposed to do with building that team, was to beat them. And they did. And the Aces, I feel like the Aces just weren't it was too much going on within the team, maybe some personal things, like I said, injuries and stuff, that they just could not come together like they normally do and put everything aside and just like play, because there was too many turnovers. That's not characteristic of the Aces. There's too much hero ball. That's not really characteristic of the Aces as a whole. There was like not enough times going to Asia, which I thought it was just weird. Especially the game before, like game 2, I'm watching and I'm like, what was that? Is that the game where Asia only had 4 field goal attempts? Like it was just some weird stuff going on. Don't know why. We know Becky wasn't going to use the bench, but I think when it comes down to if you only have one main person that is very consistent and your other guards and stuff, for whatever reason, aren't that consistent. I mean, Chelsea Gray also playing through injury or trying to get her footing back. You got to be able to depend on other people. And the only people she could really depend on was AC and Tip. And if they were off or something was going on with them, who else do you have? The other 4 players you have on the bench, you don't even look to. You don't even look to put them in the game and stuff like that. It was like she only rotated those 3 players between Kia, AC, and Tip. Like that was it. And I mean, I think maybe getting Meg in there early, maybe getting Sid more minutes, maybe even getting Kate Martin out there to help on defense, like earlier in the series, or just playing them more throughout the year so you can like prepare them for stuff like this. I mean, it was just a lot. I mean, you can pinpoint or pick out everything, but I just felt like the Aces just weren't ready to compete with a lot of the teams. Well, I'll say a lot of the teams with the teams that were like determined to get to the finals. April says, "Hey, Chad and J Boog." Ghost says, "Don't take your hat off for New York. One of their flying rat pigeons might tookie on your head." Not all the teams, just the Liberty. Well, I felt like, I mean, they would have had I don't know if they would have lost, but I mean, they had their issues with Minnesota as well. I don't think they really had an issue or anything. I don't mean issue. I mean like their battles, like they're good competition. I don't know about Connecticut too much. I don't remember what the series was between them during the regular season, but I felt like definitely Minnesota and New York, they were ready, and they had their eye on the prize, and so they would have done whatever needed to be done to try to take out the Aces. But New York definitely flipped the script on the Aces. Mainly, that's kind of like our nemesis. last season, they were the only team to beat us twice in the whole season. They were the only team to beat us twice. We only lost 6 games, and 2 of those came from New York. They beat us in the Commissioner Cup. So they were already a thorn in our side. And in this season, the fact that they didn't win not one game against them in the regular season and then lost the first 2, it was just, it was an uphill battle. It was an uphill battle. Jay, I have an Aces inside source now. You do? Oh, we need to talk. April says, or Lightly Season says, those 4 or 5 will be gone next season. A whole new, you said over, but the bench, yeah, I think they're gonna keep the core 5. People are saying things about like maybe KP not staying. I don't think she's leaving yet. I think she's gonna give it one more chance. I think she likes playing with the 5 or the other 4 that's there. As far as the starting lineup, well, her Jackie, Kelsey, Chelsea, Asia, those 4, the core 4, I think they enjoy playing with each other. So I think KP may stay for that. I think they're going to keep AC. If Tip comes back, definitely keep her. I don't know if she wants to continue to play or not. She did come out of retirement, so I'm not really sure what she's going to do. Of course, they're going to keep Kate. I don't think, and this is no shade against, anybody else, but I don't think they're keeping Sid. I don't think they're keeping Kia. I don't think they're keeping Queen. I don't think, and Queen was just on the end of year contract, so she's not really even signed to the Aces in that sense. I don't know if they're keeping Meg. I think they're gonna get rid of all of them, and hopefully get some new, some players in there that she is actually going to play. They got Elizabeth Kitley that they drafted last season that they put on injured reserve, so she can work on getting her recovering from ACL injury that she has. So she will. I'm sure she'll be with the team. She still has to go through training camp and all that other stuff as well, but she will be there as a big, I think, to kind of help out Asia. But I think we need more. So we'll see. We shall see. I don't know what kind of moves they're going to make, but we will see. Eagles Brother says, Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. RC says, Jay, I say that because they told me Kelsey is almost certain lock to return because she wants to, and that she really wants to come back to Vegas again. Yeah. That's kind of what I think. I don't feel like anything has happened too crazy that KP doesn't want to come back. Now, if they have another season next season like they did this season, and honestly, this wasn't even a horrible season. It just wasn't what we have seen from the Aces the prior seasons, right? They were so dominant. But if we have another season like, this season or worse, I think she might look to leave. We'll see. And I think people say that because she is the only one that didn't automatically re-sign. Like, she is a free agent. So, I mean, she might be open to talking to other teams. I mean, Chelsea Gray did the same thing when she was with the Sparks. She actually went to go visit the Aces. I forgot the other places she went to, but the little documentary that I watched was about her visit to the Aces. I think it's on YouTube is where I saw it. But as a free agent, you're seeing like the deals that she's talking about, the teams that she's talking to, the things that they're saying to her. She's talking to her agent. She ended up really liking the Aces, but she decided to stay another year with the Sparks. So Kelsey could be out here talking to these other teams, even, the Valkyries, maybe front office or whatever, just to see. But she might ultimately end up staying in Vegas. But then she knows kind of where everything is. And if she decides to leave next season or whatever, we'll see. I think a lot of players anyway are going to be signing 1-year deals. if they haven't already, just because the new CBA will be coming, I think 2026. So I don't see a lot of players going into any kind of long-term contracts with any team outside of like the rookies. They have to. But anybody else, I don't see them really doing that until after the CBA is finalized. And then they will, pick whatever team and do the 2-3 year deals. Q says Sabrina went off that last game. Yep. They held her to, how many points did she have? And when the Aces won, she had, I'm pulling it up. She had, I want to say 9 points or something like that. Oh, 4 points. Oof, she only had 4 points that whole game. So yeah, I already knew this next game that they played that they were not gonna be containing her. And when I was watching the scores at work, I clicked on the box score. I think it was still the first quarter or going into the second, and Sabrina already had 12 points. So I was like, oh yeah, they're not. Whatever was going on last game, she's not having it this game. It's definitely she's definitely doing the thing. So yeah, Sabrina, let me see what she did. I talk about no, I did, but I didn't tell y'all what she got. Sabrina ended with, where's she at? 22 points. 22 points. Stewie had 19. JJ had 14. Phoebish, that's another one, had 11. Yeah, she wasn't going to be denied this game. Eagles brother says, I think New York length and Vegas not taking advantage of some missed opportunities within games 2 and 4 really hurt y'all chances. Yeah, and it was just like like the layups that they were missing. Like that's right there. Like I wasn't understanding how they were missing those layups. I just wasn't. And then the rebounding was killing me. Like if y'all watched me last season, y'all know I had a major gripe against the Aces for not rebounding their misses, not somebody being there to rebound if they shot it and missed it, but instead the rest of the team is getting back on defense. That was killing them because they could have had second opportunities to try to get some shots up. Instead, you're running back on defense, but you can't defend a half court shot that Sabrina's throwing up. Or if you're not really, really back on defense, you got, Sloot running to the basket and Sabrina running to the basket and Stewie shaking people and taking them off the dribble. It just was killing me that they weren't rebounding like I thought they should have been. It just wasn't. Q says Meg and Kitley off the bench could be tough. Could be if Meg stays. I don't know about Meg. Meg is up in the air for me. Lightly Season says that's if Becky saves her from expansion. By the way, can expansion teams pick free agents? Yes. So the way the expansion teams work, so the way that is going to work with the Valkyries, the teams have to have an opportunity to protect up to 6 players on their team. With the Aces, if you protect your 4, you only got 2 more. That is a little shaky because who do you keep? Is it AC and Kate Martin? Is it AC and Tip? Is it Tip? Like who do you protect? But they can protect up to 6 players. Any player that has been cored more than twice by a team cannot be chosen by they don't have to be protected because they can't be chosen by an expansion team. And then so they have to have that list in, or whoever they're protecting. I think they said 3 weeks before, or did they say 3 days? They have to turn it in pretty, before the expansion draft happens. And expansion draft is happening in December. So they got to have that list turned in before the expansion draft. And then obviously the draft will happen and they pick from those teams. Now, that is separate than free agency. So they protect those 6 players. the draft, the Valkyries or whoever's drafting, say if it was Portland or even Toronto, but whatever, that team can pick any of those players as long as they are um, not cord players. They can be chosen. So it doesn't matter if they're restricted, unrestricted, free agents, whatever, they can be chosen. Then after that, in February, free agency begins where all teams can talk to anybody that's available to them. And then they can also choose, decide if they want to sign people through free agency directly to their team. So, yes, they can pick teams. They can pick free agents. It has to just be any, what did they say? Any active player, as long as they are on the team, doesn't matter if they're in contract or out of contract or a free agent or whatever. They just can't be a person that has been cored twice. So it just depends on and what core mean is that a team has exclusive rights to that player where they can't talk to anybody at all. Um, they can do that. A player can be cored at least twice, and then after that, they can't be cored again. So for whatever reason, if they've been cored, they cannot be chosen in expansion draft. I don't really understand why not, but that's what they said. Adrian says, hey or hi. Hey, Adrian. Dante. Hey, Dante. Hey, friend. I've been seeing a lot of people with inside sources say Plum is leaving and wants Phoenix or Chicago. I think people say that because she hasn't signed yet, but I don't think she's leaving. But if she wants to come to Chicago, I'm not I'm not mad at that. Like, come to Chicago if you would like. I would love that, actually. Um, Adrian says, I think they're going to trade Angel Reese. They're not. They're not going to do that. Angel Reese is their franchise player, whether people want to believe that or not. You trade Angel Reese, then what's the, you still have Camilla, but we don't even know if Kennedy is there, if they want Kennedy or if she's staying. I did see a tweet from Kennedy that said she was answering somebody and someone said something like, Chicago, y'all better do what you need to do to keep Kennedy. And I think she said her response was like period or whatever. So I think she wants to be there, but if are they going to choose to have her or keep her? I don't know, but trading Angel, that's not happening. I don't trust Jeff or the organization, but why? Why would you do that? That doesn't even make sense. They're not going to trade Angel. RC says to Dante, well, the source tells me something. I still take it with a grain of salt. Q says, yeah, there will be a lot of 1-year contracts this free agency. Kyra is in the building. Yeah. What up, Kyra? RC says, if Chicago Sky were to trade Reese right now, Sky fans will be total uproar. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like the Sky organization is already in shambles as it is. The fans don't believe in them, the organization, not necessarily the team. Fans are shaky on them, even season ticket holders. The team isn't really sure what's going on. I think it's gonna be hard for them to get another coach to just right away. I think it's gonna be hard for them to get free agents. And then if you trade Angel away, you everything that is already shaky just falls apart. I'm sorry, it just does. RC says, Jay, well, you get a chance. Can you check your DMs and Seth's Discord server, please? Otherwise, I would try to hit you up on Twitter. Okay. Let me see if I can see what you're talking about. Dante says, did you hear Dwight Howard got scammed out of $7 million by trying to buy the Atlanta Dream? I did not. I actually I saw him talking and I saw the caption said the Dwight Howard got scammed, but I didn't listen to it. I didn't stop to see what he was talking about. What happened with that? How do I check my DMs? I don't know how to check my DMs. RC. Um, I don't see nothing in here. RC. Jay, how you feel about Tina Charles to the Aces or Kennedy Carter to the Aces? Um, I love Tina Charles. I love Kennedy. So if Kennedy wasn't with the Sky, I would love to have her with the Aces. I think Tina Charles would be a great help to Asia. I could see that definitely happening. Somebody else was saying something. Natasha Howard, maybe to the Aces because she's a free agent, and somebody else. We were just talking about this today. Let me see. Me and Summer were just talking about this, and I don't remember who the other name was that we were saying that. Who was the other name? I like Tina Charles. I like Kennedy. I can't think of who the other person was that we talked about. But if she's in here, she might remember. She'll say it. Country Notary. Free agents are not wanting to go to Chicago. Facts. Summer says if Angel leaves after her rookie contract, that is the end of the Sky organization. Yeah. I don't think they're trading Angel while she's in her rookie contract. I just don't. That just is. I don't. That doesn't make sense. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. That it makes no sense. But it also didn't make sense for them to fire Teaspoon. So who knows what they're doing? But I do believe that if things don't change, when that rookie contract is up, Angel is out, Camilla is out for sure. And they will have to figure out what they do with whoever else they have coming in. It depends on who we draft this next rookie or this next draft that's coming up. We're supposed to, it's projected that we may get Anissa Morrow and Pow Pow from South Carolina or Olivia Miles. So, I mean, they can grow an organization with them, but like Angel and Camilla together, you would just be stupid to break that up. One, allow that to be broken up. Two, and don't invest in that is stupid. So you're just starting over. You're literally starting over. So it just doesn't calculate to me. BBG says, "Hey, what's up? J Spot, how can the Sky repair this? The fans are livid." The only thing that the Sky organization can do that will assure the fans or make them feel better is you got to get Angel back. And what I mean Angel back, I really honestly feel like Angel is although Jeff says they have a great relationship, sure, that's fine. I think Angel is upset and still hurt by that situation. I think she's hurting for Teaspoon as well as hurting for herself. I feel like whatever took place, however the news came to her, I feel like she felt blindsided. No matter if they called her ahead of time, no matter if Teaspoon was the one to tell her or whatever, or a group chat, if they just texted the team and said this is what's happening, whatever that case is, I think she felt like she had a better relationship with Michael and Jeff. I think they have been talking to her all season. I think they made her feel comfortable. I think they told her she is the franchise player. I think they told her they want to build around her. And I think they made her feel assured that not necessarily Teaspoon will stay there, but like things were safe. Things were cool. And they were probably good with moving forward with, her, Camilla, maybe Kennedy, Teaspoon. Like they just made her feel comfortable. And I think when they let Teaspoon go, especially in the fashion that they did, I think that broke their trust. And so a lot of fans, not saying like I'm not saying it's like over 50. I mean, it might be over 50, but Angel brought a lot of fans to Chicago. You could say yes or no or whatever, you can agree or disagree. Angel brought a lot of fans to Chicago. Angel is a brand. Angel already has a following, and to bring that following into the Sky, into watching basketball, having celebrities come to the games, having them talk about it, having the Chicago teams mention her and want them at their games, like the Bears and the Bulls and whoever else, the White Sox and the who else is there? Cubs. Like they talk about her. And so if you sense that she's not happy, you're already not happy as a fan because of what happened. If you sense like the person that they're supposed to be building the team around, as well as like Camilla Kennedy. Camilla doesn't talk too much, so I don't mention her too much because Camilla's not a talker. But if that person, which is supposed to be your franchise player, you can sense that she's not necessarily happy or not feeling it, then you got a lot of ground to make up. We can't be cheering and happy for the Chicago Sky when the main players aren't happy, when they feel slighted and they feel they don't trust the organization. So it's kind of hard. So what they need to do is figure out how to get Angel back. They need to get a coach that is somebody that can be relatable to the players, because you got to get them back. So Angel, get her back, get the team back. The locker room is in shambles. And you need someone that can rally them together, somebody that they could eventually trust, someone that they can, because you got to have that. Like, we don't have time. Like, they're talking about, oh, the phone is ringing off the hook, we're going to get somebody. Okay, that's fine. We don't have time for that. The season starts in April. Yeah, we're just in October, but it's going to take time to create these bonds with these players. It's going to take time for the players to reconnect with whoever we end up bringing onto this team. We got a lot of stuff to do before training camp starts. And I honestly feel like Chicago's organization is real kind of downplaying it and very lackadaisical about this whole situation. They don't seem to have a sense of urgency about any of this, other than they had to get rid of Teaspoon real fast. That just doesn't make sense. So they got to do that. And then they got to start reaching out to the community. They got to start like rebuilding the trust with the community and the fans themselves, like Jeff or Michael, whoever it is, or maybe they don't need to be here. Maybe Michael needs to sell. In my opinion, we need new ownership. Jeff needs to either go or straighten up or figure it out or do whatever. But it needs to be a whole overhaul of getting different people in there where people feel trusted. I mean, it's too many players that have left the Chicago organization well before Angel and Camilla got there that don't want to come back to Chicago for whatever reason. That's word of mouth. You got Gabby, you got Kalia Copper, you got Courtney Williams, you got Elena Smith, you got Elena Deladon, you got, did I say Candace Parker already? I don't know if I did or not, but you got all these players that used to be on Chicago that don't want to come back. They go to different teams, they talk. Those players listen, they hear that. Those players talk. They talk to other players, they hear that. Nobody wants to go to that team hearing all this stuff about what these other players had to go through. So it's insane to me that you keep the same ownership or executive team or whatever and think things are going to change. Because once again, they fumbled what could have been great. With this team, they've already broken the trust, and this team is only 1 year old, this version of this team. So it's going to take a lot, and I don't even know if they can fix it. We'll see, but they got a lot of work to do, in my opinion. Eagles Brother says the only teams I can see KP going to is Dallas, and being a good 1-2 punch with Enrique on paper, but that organization don't know what they want to do, tank or compete. I think she comes back to Vegas too. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know about her in Dallas. I'm not sure. I'm thinking, this is what I was thinking. KP stays in Vegas, and when Portland comes, she might be interested in going there. Just, I don't know, just another, because I don't think she needs to rush. She can go to Toronto, she can go to Portland. She doesn't have to rush to go to Golden State, but I mean, California might be a good move to make. I don't know, but I'm thinking she's going to hold on one more year, and then she has options of where she wants to go. I'm also hearing, I don't know if this is true, that Orlando may be the next expansion team that's coming, but I don't know that to be true. I don't know if Becky is the right coach for Kennedy. That's what Q says. I'm gonna say I think I know. I keep moving this because it's hurting my ears. Honestly, I don't even think I need to have them on. Unless I need to listen to something, I'm gonna take them off real quick. It's hurting my ears with this hat. I don't. I think the players that have played for Becky, like KP, Asia, they love Becky because she empowers them to do what they're good at and what they need to do. Like if you show and prove to her that you can do certain things, or if she sees a little bit of something in you, if you can follow her X's and O's, she can get you to the rest of the way there, right? And I think Kennedy just wants somebody to believe in her. Kennedy knows she's a good player. She knows there's certain things that she does want to work on and improve on. But I think ultimately, Kennedy just wants somebody to believe in her and not doubt her or not have preconceived notions about her. And I think Becky can be that coach that can empower her. An empowered Kennedy Carter is a dangerous Kennedy Carter. Just look what she did in Chicago just in that little bit of time playing with Teaspoon. Like, if you give her the green light, she will go. So I think on that, I think I can see Becky coaching her, but it just depends. Also, Becky is no nonsense. Not saying that Kennedy is an issue, but if there's any kind of bumping of heads, it may not be. Okay, RC is telling me, oh, look later on, not right now. Oh, okay. Okay. I got you. I was looking because I was like, I don't see nothing. BBG says Kennedy has played under coaches before. Her first ATL coach and Spoon were great, but those vets were a mess in ATL, and Sparks' organization was a mess. So that plays a factor. Yeah, I think the Aces organization, like Mark Davis, I think he really believes in his players. He is very supportive. So what I've seen, very supportive and very willing to do whatever he needs to do to to make sure the team is taken care of and the players are taken care of. I think that goes a long way. I think that I heard about the stuff that went on in ATL with Kennedy, and I read about the Sparks. I don't know if I talked about this last episode, but we want to talk about the Sky organization, a mess. There's an article. If I can find it, I might post it in my community page. But there's an article that talks about the Sparks organization. They're the same. They're the same. It's Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man. They can't keep players. Their organization is, they said it, trash. There's different issues going on there. They also said that Kurt Miller wasn't treated the best. They talked about it being hard to get free agents there as well. And they're one of the original teams, and they still don't have like a dedicated player practice facility. And they have the owners of the Dodgers as their part of their ownership group, Magic Johnson. Like, there's money there. LA has money. There's no way that you've been a team for 28 years and you haven't figured out how to get your players a dedicated facility. 28 years. There's no reason for that. And your owner owns the Dodgers or part of the Dodgers or something like that don't make sense. So yeah, I heard about the Sparks organization too, that is real crazy out there. Diamond Miller, that's who we were talking about, Summer. Diamond Miller coming off the bench for the Aces. Yes, I like Diamond Miller. BBG says, yep, a whole new fan base came in with AR, and Spoon was also a brand that the fans believed in. Right. Summer says they know they're getting heat. They should know, and I hope they continue to know. Country says also the Sky home games were packed this year compared to last year. I mean, I can't attest to that, but I know the game that I went to was sold out. And it was hopping up in there. Like everybody was having fun. Like they were there. They were there for Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. How do I know? Because you can hear the cheers. You can hear the cheers were Angel obviously the loudest, and Camilla was like right under her. Like people were there to see them. And then you fall in love with the rest of the team. Not that they were like, oh, boo to everybody else, but you can tell like people were watching the scoreboard to see if Angel was going to get her double that night, and people like cheering for Camilla. I mean, we were going up against the Aces that game, so we were kind of getting dogged out. I think that was the first meeting that we had against the Aces, but yes. And it was said that once Angel stopped playing when she got hurt, that some of the attendance went down slightly because she wasn't in the game. So I mean, the sky would be like they might as well just fold. They might as well just fold if they're not gonna try to keep Angel and Camilla and then do right by them. Don't hold them hostage. Like do right by them and the rest of the players on that team. BBG says, I have read that Spoon went overseas to meet with the players that were going to play this past season. She was a true players coach. I'm sure, and she is, and she was. And if y'all saw that press conference with Jeff, it was so fake. So fake. So very much rehearsed, like very plain, like vague answers, talking about him and his friendship with Teaspoon. Get out of here with that. Anyway, get CP3 on the phone. Iota, right. Adrian says, snakes in the grass. What do you think Angel meant by that? My dog didn't get up. I think he needs to go out, but give me a second. I'm going to read through these and then I'm going to run out real fast. Snakes in the grass. I think she was talking about Jeff and Michael in the organization. I didn't really get it at first because she says snakes in the grass, and then she says when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Now she could be talking about somebody completely different. I'm just saying what I think. I saw that and I'll say, what happened? And then immediately after that, they announced that they not announced because we already knew the groundbreaking was happening, but I saw the post for the groundbreaking ceremony that was going on, and she wasn't there. So I was like, yeah, she's still upset. She's still upset about that whole situation, and I don't blame her. And I don't know. I mean, people were kind of speculating, did she get invited, or people were upset because if she did get invited and she didn't show, it was some people that were upset that people pointed out that she didn't show on purpose. And they were saying like, you're making Angel look bad by saying that, like stop doing that because people are going to take that and run with it. But I see that as a great thing. I'm your franchise player. It's going to look bad on you that I don't show up, not bad on me. And we all know the reason why. We already know the reason why. I'm not feeling that. Like I'm still in my feelings. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate how y'all went about it. Whatever conversations we had meant nothing. And then you want me to show up at a groundbreaking and rub elbows and high five people and smile like everything is okay? Nah. Nope. I'm good where I am. I'm either booked or busy or at home chilling. Either way, I'm not there. And I'll let you explain why I'm not there. I'll let you answer the heavy questions because I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get up there and talk about Teaspoon because I'm probably going to say something that's not so nice. I'm not going to be as diplomatic as E will. I'm not going to say this cookie cutter answer that y'all probably wrote out for me to say. No, I'm going to tell what I feel, and I'm real hot right now. So I suggest y'all leave me alone. I'm not going to that thing. I'm going to chill and be where I am, get ready for wilding out tonight. And that's it. And that's all. I got other stuff to do. I got rehab on my wrist. I probably got some shoot arounds to do. I probably got a workout planned, or I'm probably just hanging out at home with my friends. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not going to that. So it is what it is. But I think that's what she meant. I think she was talking directly to the organization. RC says, allegedly, the WNBA expanded to a 44-game season next season, Jay. I did hear that. Bree Wayne, long time no see. What is going on, Bree Wayne? What'd he do? RC says, I think Kennedy was hurt that Teaspoon got fired too, because I feel Teaspoon believed in Kennedy 200%. Facts. Same thing. I do agree with that. I think that, Kennedy definitely was hurt by that. You just, what doesn't seem right, and we don't know what conversations happen. We don't know if organization told Teaspoon to do something and she didn't do it, or she refused to do it, or she stood her ground and stood on business, and they're like, okay, well, we're going to let you go. We don't know if something happened where Teaspoon said, well, I'm leaving. Like, if that's how you want to do it, I will go. We don't know what happened with it. But what we do know is that whatever happened, there's no relationship there. Because if it were me, even if I felt like Teaspoon wasn't a great coach, if Teaspoon wasn't a great coach and I felt like we needed to move on this early, I would still try to find a way to keep Teaspoon in the organization and say, this lady had such an overwhelming presence in our top three scorers. Our top three scorers on the team had such a great relationship with this lady. There's no way we can just cut her out of this. Let's see if we can get her into player development. Let's see if we can get her on the executive team as some kind of something in dealing with these players. Whatever that looks like. Don't just completely let her go. But the fact that she was just let go and like disappeared into the abyss, like they got rid of her so fast and so quick, and then thought we weren't going to care about it. Like something else is going on there. And so now, again, your top three scorers in Kennedy, Angel, Camilla don't have that one person that was literally took them under her wing and tried to help their game and help them transition into this league as far as Angel and Camilla is concerned. And as far as Kennedy is concerned, reintroduce her back into this league, like put some batteries in their back and just like help them and motivate them and direct them and, get them set up for some kind of success, even if she couldn't do it herself, like leading her to the people that could do that. You get rid of that. And then Jeff at this press conference today is just like, well, we understand some feelings are going to be involved. Yeah, we understand it's going to be, people are emotional. We love Teaspoon too. Like, get out of here with that. Q says the Sparks still play in Long Beach. I don't know where they play, but I don't know because they were at the Crypto a couple times. I don't know where the Crypto is, but where it is in the area, but I don't know. But I heard the Sparks organization was trash. Sam says no dedicated facility in Los Angeles is crazy. Facts. Political Lil says any uncontested enemy will flourish its best to not hold no punches. Facts. Kyra says Chicago not trying to lose them chicken. They definitely not trading. Not lose that chicken. What? Political Lil says Angel is out of there. I hate to say Jeff is ops, and he is a terrible liar. Facts. I think Angel is there because she's in a contract. I don't think Chicago's letting her out of that contract. She has to be there at least for 3 years. But I think after that 3 years, if things don't change, she will be out. She will be out. She can't do anything now unless Chicago lets her go. I don't see them letting her go. So as long as she is under contract, she will be there. My thought process is, hold on. My dog really needs to go out. Hold on, don't go on my floor. My thought process is, look, Angel, Camilla, whoever's there, play y'all hearts out. Play your hearts out. Be the best players you can be. Get your stock. It's already up here. Get your stock way up here. Like, play out of your mind. If you bring a championship to that team, bring a championship to that team. Do everything in your power to be the best players you can be. And we know you have the potential to be. And when your contract is up, you take your ball and you leave. You take your talents to another team that can appreciate them. Because they're going to be all smiling and giggling and happy and high-fiving. Oh, we winning all these games. All the executive team, all at the games, happy and jumping around. Oh, we got a championship. We're doing all this. Nope. Because all the team that had to stay there and they're no longer obligated, we're leaving. You thought it was sweet. You thought it was nice. Psych. No, we're going. Go find somebody else to do it. That's what I want to see happen. If they don't make any real changes, if they don't do anything that shows that they really care about the product that they have on the floor, then that product needs to take their ball and go somewhere else when they can. So Angel may not say a whole bunch now. She may not even do a whole bunch now because especially if she's in a contract, she can't go anywhere. She may not do those things now, but she knows. She keeps that stuff in her head. She's gonna play because she's a dog. She's not gonna throw games. She's not gonna sit out. She's gonna play. But best believe if things don't change, she is out of there. She's gonna be sending the iOS press release as soon as that season is over. Whether they win a championship or playoffs or whatever it is, that next day, iOS press release, I will be exploring free agency. Thank you very much. End of story. Bree Wayne says Angel still got a contract. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm so sorry. My dog has got to go, and he is like, I do not want him to go on my floor. So I'm gonna leave y'all with some hold on. I'm gonna leave y'all with some music while I'm gone. What did I play last time? I forgot what I played last time. Let me see. It was a nice little groove. Is it this? That was it. All right. I'll be back. Talk amongst yourself. I'm back. All right. Just in time, huh? Let me get back in the comments. Where were we? Political Lil says, how are you doing a groundbreaking and you not at the ceremony? Who are you talking about? You talking about the ownership or who? Or Angel or who? Bree Wayne says she can't leave, I reckon, until after next year. Yes, she is signed until, her and Camilla are signed until 2026. So they had to play 24, 25, 2026. So after the 2026 season, they have the option to be able to re-sign, or they can, I think, at that point, explore. They have a fourth year option. And I think that means they're allowed to talk to other teams or whatever. Or they can re-sign with that team. Political says it's a plan to move her already on the table. How is there a plan? What do you mean? How do you know that? What's the plan? Summer says backyard barbecue. Yeah, somebody called it a backyard barbecue. That little not little, but their groundbreaking situation. She's probably in London hanging out with the Bears. Now, tonight she is in Chicago. I know that for a fact because they're filming Wild 'N Out tonight there at the United Center. So I know she's in Chicago tonight. Now, where she's going later, I don't know. Jeff was not at the termination meeting. Shows me he's a coward. No, Michael was not. Jeff was there. Jeff is the one that did the firing. Michael, who owns the team, was not there, not in the room. Political said, I done said it plenty of times. It's always a snake in the garden. Yep. BBG says for him to dismiss their feelings as emotional is so underhanded. Facts. Summer says crypto will forever be the Staples Center. Yeah, but I'm saying the Staples Center is not in Long Beach, right? Political says Teaspoon produced an all-star, a top 5 guard, and 2 all WNBA rookies. I would say that this is a very successful campaign, not to mention you were nearly in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, nothing that I don't see that anything that Teaspoon did like horribly. Like, yeah, maybe she was too soft. Maybe the X's and O's just weren't there altogether. But you knew this when you hired a first-time WNBA coach. You knew this. You knew it was going to take some time. And so most of us was like, yeah, there's some, there's some things lacking, but year 2, year 3, she's going to get it. Like, eventually things are going to come around. And even listening to her press conference, her exit interview, when she was saying like, I'm starting right now. Like, I got a whole lot of things that I'm going to be doing this off season. I'm going to rewatch every game. I'm rewatching every practice. I'm rewatching every shoot around. I'm looking for things where we could have done better as a team and things that I could have done better as a coach. She said she had a support system. She had other coaches she can reach out to and seek advice as she learns. Like, she was literally buying in and saying like, I am willing to do the work in this offseason. I know I wasn't the best coach, but I felt like some things happened that was really, really good for us. But I'm going to go and look for the things that weren't so good for us. And I'm going to build on that. So when we come back into training camp, we got a plan and we know what we're doing. And for her to be like, let go like that, like not even given a chance to do that when that lady was like working hard to try to work on those things that maybe she was falling short on, is very crazy to me. Zah says, hey, J Book, hey, chat. May I have a congratulations? Yes, you can. Where's my? Is that applause? Congratulations to Zah. Her team has made it to the 2024 WNBA Finals. They will be facing the New York Liberty. And that was going to be my next slide. We started talking about Chicago and I got all worked up. But yes, congratulations to you. Quita says, I'm taking my ball and going home. Yes, that's how I feel. Like they got to go. They got to leave. If things don't change, they got to go. Political says, JSpot, you suggesting that you promote your enemy and load up his pockets and bounce is crazy. No, because I mean, Angel and the players they're still employed. Like you don't just sit on the bit. There's no way Angel Reese is going to sit on the bench and pout. You get your stock up. You still have a job. You still want, as a player, you have to think about your business and what you're going to do. And if she sits on that bench and pouts, no team is going to be wanting to have them on her team, no matter how good she is at rebounding. If they see that she can't put some things behind her and still play basketball and still be a professional, no team is going to look at that and be like, yeah, she's upset about Teaspoon. I get it. We want her on our team. No. You are in that contract. This is a real job. I'm so sorry. A lot of people, I sometimes get mad at my job, and you know what? I'm still making money for that company as long as I'm employed because I want that check. It just is what it is. And, I might have to find another job or something eventually, but some stuff you just have to deal with. And in that case, I feel like if they are in that contract, which they are, unless Chicago lets them go, I don't think they should retreat. I think they should still work to get better. I think they should still, for themselves. Like, you want to be the best product you can be. Angel wants to win a championship, and she wanted it to be at Chicago. And if it can't be at Chicago, it's going to be somewhere else. But she still needs to work and get better for herself. Same thing with Camilla, same thing with Kennedy, same thing with Mick, same for whoever is going to be on the team. You still have to be the best product you can be, because this is a business, and you got to be able to, if you're going to shop yourself around, you got to put your best foot forward, and not playing and not willing to play and not giving your best self, even if you're on a team you don't want to be there. There's plenty, trust me, there's plenty of players that probably was playing in Chicago that did not want to be there, or with the Sparks, or with New York, or with Washington, that didn't want to be there. They still played their hearts out, because it's not just about that organization, but it's about them and how what they can bring. So I think it's in their best interest to keep playing. The same thing. I mean, Candace went there and got a championship, and she bounced. And look at the team now. It's been in shambles until they started picking up the pieces. And right when they get some pieces together, Kalia Copper leaves. So yeah, they're gonna get what's due to them. Trust me, Chicago organization is gonna get what's due to them. And the best revenge is your paper. Like Beyonce says, the best revenge is you be the best player you can be. And when they think they got you, you can leave them high and dry. That's the way that I think about it. Court Country says Sky ain't winning no championship anytime soon. Though. I mean, maybe not, but I'm saying we don't know. We have no idea. We don't know what's going to happen. Do I trust the organization? I do not. Do I trust Jeff? I do not. But we don't know what players are going to come there. We don't know what coach is going to come there. We don't know what they're going to do. So I believe in my rooks. I believe that they're going to play the best, and I believe if they get the right pieces, still they have an opportunity just like anybody else to win a championship. So I don't know. We'll see. Political says Copper had just signed an extension and she demanded a trade and left. If Angel wants to leave, she will find a way. Trust me. Right, but Kalia Copper wasn't in a rookie contract. They can do. She's a vet. She can do what she wants. It's different. Yeah, I mean anybody can. If you really want it bad enough, you can. But you got to understand, if Chicago does not let her out, she can't do anything. Kalia Copper, on the other hand, could just decide to leave and not come back to the league and sit out, just like a little Elena Deladon did. She didn't like what was going on in Washington. They cored her, but she couldn't talk to anybody else. She decided to sit out. That's why she's not playing this season. She said it was for personal reasons, but she definitely did not want to stay in Washington. Rookies are different. So unless Angel doesn't want to play in the WNBA or sit out a season or two until her contract is up, she doesn't have a choice. Like it's not. I don't think it's as easy as easy as that. BBG says this is all such a mess. It is. Political says me too to Quita. We ain't shoot no shots. No way you snaking me and I'm hanging out to get bit twice. They just don't have a choice, Political. There's no choice in that. I wish Camilla and Angel could leave. I really do. I want them to stay together forever. So I want them to go to the same team. But it's not, I don't see that happening. I just don't. Um, I hope within this new bargaining agreement they can expand rosters. That part too. Q says facts. Political says, y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Political. Yes, do that. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. One day I will make it to 1,000 subs. I don't know when that's going to be, but one day that will happen. But please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I got 29 people in here. It would be a great help if all 29 of y'all, whether you're popping in or out, go ahead and hit that like button. That would be great. Nate says they will be restricted by then, so they're still not going anywhere. They have a bigger bargaining. They have not bargaining is not what I'm trying to say. They have a better chance of being able to leave with that option than they could right now. Right now, Chicago has exclusive right, just like if they were cored. They have exclusive rights to their contract. So nobody can talk to them. They can't talk to anybody unless Chicago releases them. That's the only way that they could talk or, be in the field with anybody. Now, if they don't protect them, it's possible one of the expansion teams can get them this year or next year. But it all depends. I mean, the third year, and who knows? I mean, this CBA that's coming out may allow them to move freely after that. I'm not really sure, but um, they have a better chance of leaving or being able to leave after the third year than they do right now. Eagles brother says crypto is downtown LA. Okay. Political says how many people stay in organizations throwing shade at the boss? Just asking. I don't know how many, but the the fact of the matter is they're not. That's all they have right now. Chicago is Angel and Camilla. They barely have Kennedy. They don't really have anybody else, and nobody else is like running to be there. So they, in my opinion, they're going to keep them. And if they are going to keep them, there's nothing they can do about it besides not play. That's it. That's all I'm saying. He was hired to develop a young core for rebuild, and she accomplished that goal. Facts, facts about that. Yep. BBG says, "Yep, that's the hard part of this. They have to get back to business part." Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, I don't like it either. Like, I don't want to. To be honest, I was really looking, and Quita, I don't know if Quita's still in here or not. Probably not. But when I talked to Quita when I went to Chicago, I was talking about finding a way to get season tickets to Chicago. Like, that's how invested I was. I wanted to, whenever I go to Chicago, be able to, use my season tickets and go to a game. I have friends in Chicago. We can share it, whatever it looks like. Now, I don't want to give that organization no money. I don't even want to buy a single ticket. Like, that's how I feel about Chicago, but I can't do that because if my girls are still on that team, I still have to support them playing. It sucks that the organization is going to get some of my money, but I love Camilla and Angel more than I hate the organization, and I'm going to support them however I can. So it sucks that they still get to eat off of that, but it's part of the business until they leave. I'm not going to boycott the Chicago Sky because of Jeff and Michael, as long as Angel and Camilla, and I hope Kennedy is still there. Zai says, thank you. I didn't get a congratulations. If I didn't get a congratulations, I wasn't going to compliment your hat. The hat is heat, though. You like that? It's the Angel Reese's, the Reese's Angel Reese's Pieces hat or merch. Finally got it after I had ordered it a month ago. But shout out to the customer service on Angel Reese's website, because as soon as I said I didn't have my order number because I couldn't find it. I didn't know where the email was. I said, I've been waiting well over a month for this. I don't have any status. I don't know where my stuff is. I don't know if you can help me out just by my name and my email address, but that's all information I have. And I was really expecting them to write back with if you ain't got that information, I can't do nothing for you. They wrote me right back with my order number, an ETA, apologize for being late, and I got that thing 3 days later. So shout out to whoever's working customer service over at the Angel Reese website, whoever runs that site or runs whatever. Shout out to y'all because they got it done. Zah says everybody pulling for my teams versus New York, right? I'm rooting for many. I'm going to root for many. That's going to be my pick. BBG says, I think that's why Ken really went out well in the exit interview. She really slowed on the internet stuff. I felt a shift that she knew she had to get this right. I think she won, and she still do. I think she still does want to play in Chicago. I think she really likes playing with the group that she has, the main group. But I don't know. Even Mick, she was buried on the bench for the first part of the season, and she really still stayed great as a teammate. I'm sure she was upset. Right. She was. I'm sure she was. I'm sure it didn't feel good being on the bench, but situations happen, and when your number is called, you show up, and that's exactly what she did. And even earlier in the season, she was coming off the bench, but there were times, especially earlier in the season when they played New York, Mick showed up big against New York. And this was before the break. So the times that she did play, she did fairly well. But when it became where she was going to be a starter, she answered the call. And I think she showed the people, what she's made of, and I'm happy that she got the opportunity to do that. Political says, how do you know the next coach is not going to sit her on the bench? She has no guarantees that her career is going to flourish. If she has a chance to leave, I suggest she bounce. We don't know what the coach is going to do. That's something that I was thinking about, because like I said, I don't trust Jeff. I don't know what their focus is. I mean, he said it in the press conference today that they are very happy to have Camilla and Angel. He didn't say their names per se, but he was very happy with their selection and the growth of their team with that selection, and then whoever they get in this next round of draftees or whatever. But I don't know if their focus is going to be, post first anymore. I don't know if they're going to focus on Angel Camilla anymore. I don't know if they're going to bury them on the bench. We don't know any of that. Again, you would be dumb to do that. I just don't. You would be stupid to regress in that way and put them back on the bench and then focus on someone else. You would be very, very, very unsmart to do that. What was the purpose for you drafting them in the first place to bury them on the bench? That doesn't make sense. And the fact that they both did so well, even with the things that they have to work on, they're only going to come back better. And they're the number 2 and 3 scorers on your team. So unless you're bringing in some fire free agents, unless you expect the bench that you have right now, if you keep them to really outperform, I don't see that happening. But either way, even if that were to happen, yes, Angel needs to go. But even if that was to happen, Angel is not. I'm telling you, I've been watching Angel for a while. Angel is not the type that is going to retreat and not do anything. Angel is going to play so well that you don't have a choice but to put her on that floor. That's what Angel does. Angel sees things that maybe isn't working out, and she's going to take that and use that as motivation, and she's going to do some things where you don't have a choice but to put her on that floor. That's what I'm saying. And if they have her on that bench, and you think the Chicago fans are going to sit there and like watch her on the bench? Nah, I seriously doubt that. We don't know though. Again, everything's up in the air with this organization. We don't know. Keisha says, do you think Cheryl Swoops will fill in? No. I don't think so. Cheryl Swoops says, hell no. Someone asked her if she would like to coach the Sky. She said, hell no. She knows about that organization. She's heard enough about that organization. She's spoken to Teaspoon. So as far as her coming back, not even coming back, but as far as her going there, unless they throw the biggest bag they've ever thrown at anybody to come there, I don't see her going there. I don't see her changing her mind. Country says Swoops coached college basketball for a few years and it was a disaster. Google it. K-Way is in the house. Hey, K-Way. I feel like they may do some snake stuff and trade Angel. I don't think Jeff wants her. I keep hearing that. I don't necessarily think that's true. I know people were talking about his body language and he didn't seem too excited or whatever. But I mean, Teaspoon only has so much power as the coach. Like he ultimately in the front office make the decisions. So if they didn't want to get Angel, they wouldn't have chosen Angel. It wasn't Teaspoon's word or nobody else's. Like if they didn't want to draft Angel, they would not have in the first place. If they didn't want to keep her through training camp, they would have cut her in training camp. You know what I'm saying? Like if they didn't want to have her starting on the floor, they would have her on the bench. So if Jeff really wanted that, those things would have already happened. So I don't know. I don't know what that man is thinking or what his motives are. I don't know nothing about that. But I don't see that. Political says the K-Way, we ain't seen nothing yet. Stay tuned. The Sky owner and the GM has made it perfectly clear They could care less about those rookies. They know they can get players, and they they will. Trust me. I don't think they know they can get players, because if they knew they can get players, they would have got them already. Like I don't think it's I honestly I think they may think that, but history shows us that that is not true. Like I don't, especially now. I don't think, I mean, again, they can throw money at them, but these players talk. So I think they're at the mercy of a lot of these players more so than what we may think. And I just honestly think it would be a suicide for Chicago Sky to allow Angel to, to let that type of player go. Like I just don't think it doesn't make sense. But what does, right? BBG says, I can't see anyone coming in, rookies or free agents, that could outplay them right now. Right. I agree. K-Way says, yes, political. I see this getting worse before it gets better. Keisha says, Lisa and Cheryl are helping Angel with her game. So is Fee. So is Fee's husband. I think she's going to learn a lot in Unrivaled. Also, she has a personal coach that she's working with. I think his name is Tim. He works with Wemby from the San Antonio Spurs as well. I mean, Angel's going to get right. So whether it's in Chicago or whatever, Angel's going to get right. K-Way says, for Angel not to be at that ceremony spoke volumes. Facts. BBG says, we saw their performance already. They better not bury them. Chicago fans will raise hell. Yeah, I'm telling you, let Angel be on the bench and she not hurt. Let it be a couple of games. They would throw trash on that floor. They would mob that place. I'm telling you. It's not going to be pretty. Political says it's a lot deeper than what's on the surface. The GM is going to go in an entirely different direction. We will find out. We will find out. It's a limited number of slots in the league. You will get players that will take those jobs. You will get players to take that job. Will you get the right players? Will you get the players that you actually need to be successful? Will you, if they're really, really good players, they're going to be on other teams already. It's a choice of if they want to go there or go somewhere else. The same with NECA, same with SDS. They both talked to Chicago and they ended up going somewhere else. So yeah, they can get players. I mean, they'll have a full roster. There's players that will come there. But are they going to be the players that they need? That's the question. So we'll see what happens with that. Where else was I? So going back to this, we talked about this a little bit. That the finals are starting on Sunday. I didn't go into the last score, but we know as of was it Tuesday, right? Yesterday, that Connecticut Sun, Minnesota Lynx played game 5. Minnesota put the whammy down right away. It wasn't very close at all. I think it got down to 9 or 10, maybe third quarter, somewhere around there, beginning of fourth. After that, it was not close. Minnesota made a statement. They are going to the finals. They did beat Connecticut Sun 88-77. So now we have New York and we have Minnesota in the finals. This is a replay of the Commissioner Cup that went down earlier this year. And we know Minnesota beat New York for the Commissioner's Cup. We also know, if I'm not mistaken, is it 3-1 that Minnesota beat New York this season? They are the only team to have beaten New York multiple times to where they win the season series. So the question is, who do y'all think is going to win the finals? What are we looking at? For me, I say Minnesota in 4. That's where I'm going. I think Minnesota in 4 is how it's going to go down. So I'll see what y'all have to say once we're through the talk about Chicago. K-Way says, just political. Angel was Teaspoon's vision, not Jeff. I don't think people want to see see it for what it is. I think that as well, but I also believe, like I said, I mean, Teaspoon wasn't running the organization. So whatever they did not want, obviously they don't care about what Teaspoon wanted or whatever, because they got rid of her real fast. So if they didn't want Angel there, again, I would say she would not be there. If they didn't want her being part of that team or starting, she would not have been doing that. That's just what I think, what my opinion is, but time will tell. Time will tell, y'all. People don't understand power, who has it, if the fans are going to cheer for whoever this guy puts on the floor. I don't think that. I don't think so. I think the fans have power. They have buying power. They have showing up power. They have watching power. And if you ain't got nobody showing up to your games, if you don't have a bunch of people buying your season tickets, if you ain't selling a bunch of tickets, that speaks volumes, and you're gonna have to make a decision. You're not making any money. Money talks. So if you're not doing right by the fans, if you're not getting them to buy in, then I mean, what are you in business for? Like that's business 101. You got to take care of your customers to the point where you're getting some income in. If you're going to screw your customer over, as in your fans, the people that's buying the merch, the people that's showing up to the games, the people that's buying the season tickets, the people that's flying from different places to come to your building and watch this team play. If you're going to shut them out, you don't have a product. It doesn't matter. That's what I think. Summer says Lynx 3-2. So you think they're going to win it in 5? Lynx in 5. Political says Lynx in 5 as well. 3-2. Okay. Zai says put your woof in the chat if you got Minnesota. Put your woofs in the chat if you got Minnesota, y'all. What do you think, Zai? Who's gonna? I know you think Minnesota's gonna win, but what do you think they're gonna win it? I say in 4. I think it's gonna be 3-1. What do you think? K Mac been my favorite player since 2014. Want her to finally get a ring. What happens next says Liberty will be a bridesmaid again. Links in 5. Oof, that's gonna hurt. They were showing a graphic yesterday, or was it today? I was watching. No, it was last night watching Sports Center. They showed the graphic that that the New York Liberty has been to the finals 6 times. Well, will be 6 times, and has not gotten a ring yet. This is going to be their 6th time going to the finals, and if they don't win, they will be 0-6. And then the question then is, a lot of people have been saying this: will New York stay together if they don't win this ring? Because someone was saying, I think it was Sess, was saying that she thinks that Stewie is leaving. If they don't get a ring this time, Stewie is gone. I don't know where her contract is or what that looks like, but what do y'all think about New York? Does New York stay together if they don't get a ring? Also, I've been hearing about Connecticut. Connecticut keeps coming up short. They got Marina Mabry to try to help them get over the hump. They still didn't. Are they going to stay together? It's a lot of questions for a lot of teams out there that's not going through the drama that Chicago is going through, but just personnel. Like, what is it going to take for them to ultimately get to the goal that they're looking for? So what's going to happen with Connecticut? I'm hearing that Bonner may not be coming back, or maybe Bonner and AT might not be coming back. I'm hearing that New York is going to dissipate. Sabrina may end up going to Portland once that team starts, because Oregon is her spot. Stewie may leave New York. It's a lot up in the air. K-Way says, who's going to guard Jonquel? Who do they have? Who's going to guard Jonquel? I mean, Elena Smith did very well on defense this past game. And you can even throw Hines Allen in there. Hines Allen is super strong. I think she would be really good against JJ, in my opinion. Zah says Lynx in 4. New York will win second home game. That's it. That's all. Okay. Zah says Maisha. Yeah, that's who I said. BBG says Stewie to Chicago. I wish. Political says, I think New York will stay together for another round. They have a good squad. Okay. K-Way says, thanks to Zah, that makes sense. BBG says, or Bonner to Chicago. I think Bonner, she might, I don't know if she's ready to retire, but she's been in the game a long time. I think she's in, 14 years now? I think it's 14 years. She's been playing. Next year be year 15. Look, if we can get some good vets in Chicago, I'll take them. But I don't know. If she would want to still play. And then go to a rebuilding team. Like the whole point is they wanted Connecticut to be able to be in contention. That's why they got Marina. And so do you now leave to go to another team that is in rebuilding? I don't know if she wants to do that. Zah says Bonner and AT need to stay. They butt in Connecticut. Eagles brother says the only place I can see Stewie going, if not New York, is back to Seattle. And then I was going to say Stewie goes to Seattle, bring NECA to Chicago. But again, I mean, NECA ain't leaving that facility to come to Chicago. She's not doing it, especially after all the years of being in the Sparks, with the Sparks. I don't see her walking into Chicago. K-Way says Bonner would be a great vet for Angel. Yeah, she would be. So would NECA. So would Stewie. Like, it's a lot of great vets that Tina Charles, a lot of them would be great for Angel if she had the opportunity to play with them. Another good vet would be Sloop back to Chicago. Yeah. If she wants, like, I think the ones that's been in Chicago, they not trying to come back, not with those people still there. I think that's not an option. But Sloop would be dope. Like, they do need like a seasoned point guard that can help whoever that next point guard is going to be for that team. I think Lindsay Allen is good, but I think if they end up drafting or getting a very young point guard in Chicago, they need a really, really, really good vet to be behind. And I think Sloot would be dope. Sloot is about to retire too. Yeah, I was hearing that as well. But yeah, I think Minnesota will win it. I kind of wanted New York to see if, for them to get a ring, because they're the only original team that hasn't gotten a ring yet. The only original of the original 8 that started the WNBA that doesn't have a ring yet. But also, I kind of want. Now, Minnesota has won 4 championships. Fee hasn't won one yet. But it's something about, like, I think I just want Minnesota to beat New York just because New York beat the Aces. Like, I want our lick back. But I do like Fee. I think it'll be dope for Courtney and Maisha and Elena and all of them. They've been working hard. Not to say New York hasn't, but I'm kind of pulling for them, especially Courtney. Like, Courtney is a dog. Courtney has been through a lot with several different teams. I'd like to see her win in Minnesota. She's another one that's kind of been energized with this program she's with, and she's doing great, especially playing as a point guard where she's not a normal point guard. And that's kind of something that I was listening to her talk about yesterday. She said that, obviously she's not a natural point guard. She's a 2 guard. And she says sometimes she has to, like, pull herself back and realize, like, she's the point guard. It's her job to think. It's her job to make sure the offense is doing what it needs to do. That's her job, to get the ball to the right spots. And if it comes back around, obviously she can shoot. And that just makes me think about, like, the issues we kind of had in Chicago with Dana, who is a two guard who was new to being a point guard, but she couldn't really get over the hump of like really facilitating first and then looking for her shot second. Because when you're like that, you're kind of used to that. I mean, we talked about HVL in LSU, how she struggled trying to be a point guard when that wasn't her natural position. But to see Courtney kind of take on that role and be successful in it, and then she can you bring in Heidemann as the point guard and let her slide to the two, it works out even better. Like, it's good to have a versatile player like that can not look to shoot first, even though they want to not look to shoot first and still be able to facilitate the ball, get it where it needs to be, but then answer the call when needed. When the ball comes back to her, she can answer the call. So I think that's really been working for them. I mean, Minnesota's such a clean team that the ball movement is always on point. You have Fee there, who is like your security blanket. Fee is a bucket. But then you have Kayla McBride. Then you have Aleda Smith. Then you have Courtney Williams. Then you have Hines. Like, you have all these players. Carrollton. Is it Carrollton? Bridget Carrollton, I think is her last name. Like, these people, buckets. And even if they miss, they can shoot themselves out of a deficit. Like, it just takes a snap of a finger. They play really good defense. They're just a really, really, I kind of love watching them. And I wasn't watching them earlier in this season, but I they're really good. They're really good. Um RC says HVL to the Aces, Jay. Yes, or do I stop playing? I got to see what HVL is going to do this next season, because she might not be in it at all. She might not make it to the draft. Dorka at 6'5" will hold JJ. Oh, Dorka, I forgot about her. Political says, well, Courtney Williams made a much better transition to point guard than Dana. Yep. Summer says, when you think about mid-range shooting, Court is top 2. Facts. What happens next says, I want to see the execution. These are 2 great coaches. If Sandy loses in the finals again, she won't sleep for a year. Yeah, Sandy will lose her mind. That lady be coaching her heart out. And if they kind of fall short this series, this finals, I don't know what she's going to do. Political says Elena Smith left Chicago and she's balling out with Minnesota. Yep. Eagles brother says HVL don't play no defense. Right. Like, I need to see what she does this college season. Because if she doesn't, did y'all hear that? I don't know if that was a motorcycle going by or my dog, but hopefully, I don't know if y'all heard that or not. But I need to see what HVL is working with, what she's improved on, because you can't play with Becky if you're not trying on defense. You can't. It's not going to happen. BT says Kate Martin, the rookie, outsold Asia Wilson by 2 jersey times, double the jersey sales. MVP. Juju Watkins versus Caitlin Clark is the future. Okay. What? I don't know. I don't know what your point is. That's cool. Okay. What are you saying? I'm confused. Summer says she's laughing at not sleep for a year. BT says drive by. I don't know what that was. It wasn't popping. It was a loud noise. I don't know if my dog was snoring or if something was driving by. I could barely hear it because I have these headphones on, but I heard something. Let me see. I think that's about it. I don't think I have anything else. We were just chatting about what we think is going to happen in the finals. I don't see anybody in here that says New York is winning. That's surprising to me because I thought we might have somebody in here that thinks that New York can win. But yeah, I'm going for Minnesota. I feel like Minnesota is going to take it. in 4 games. If it goes to 5, it goes to 5. But I think Minnie's going to get it in 4. Um, and then I'm looking forward to college basketball, y'all. Like the season is getting ready to start. I can't wait to see my teams: LSU, South Carolina, Notre Dame. Maybe I can catch a USC game, but they don't really show them here where I live. So I might be able to catch one, maybe not. I don't know. But I would like to see Juju and Kiki playing together. That's going to be interesting. I didn't realize Nat Marshall from Notre Dame had gone to University of Miami. So that's going to be interesting. Kateri Poole is here in Texas. She's playing for U of H in Houston. So I know me and Summer were talking about maybe trying to catch a game there. I know that when South Carolina and LSU come here to Texas to play UT, Texas is what y'all call it. I want to go to those games because I'm like literally like 30 minutes away from from UT. Um, I want to see those since they're in the SEC now. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Not only am I excited to see my teams, but I'm excited to see the prospects. I'm excited to see what new talent that we're going to get in the W for next season. Um, I'm just overall. I mean, college basketball is like it. Like that's the original. Someone was talking about, I forget who I was listening to, but someone was talking about how well, oh, it was the Breakfast Club interview with what's her name? I gotta look her up, but she did a podcast about the phenomenon of like Angel and Caitlin and like how women's basketball has grown and how each of them are kind of um featured differently, covered differently by the media and stuff like that. I can't think of the lady's name. It's escaping me. What is that lady's name? Let me see if I can find it. But I think Summer had listened to the podcast. Kari Champion, yeah. Um, but she says the podcast is really good. But she was talking about how Angel and Cece and the other rookies kind of like just came in playing, not really shell shocked. Yeah, they had to grow. Yeah, they had to get used to the way the game was going to be played. They had to adjust, but they weren't ever scared. Like um neither one of them played scared. They weren't worried about like the crowds and the lights because look where they came from. Like these kids in college right now, they are celebrities. They are stars. They already have hundreds of thousands of people that's watching them. They already have like the viewership for TV. They already have the cameras in their face. They already have these sold out arenas and stuff. So the stuff that they're coming into the W as far as like the fanfare and like being scared to be on the big stage, that's kind of old stuff now. Like they already have that stage there. They are so well prepared for stardom when they come into the W. That's the least of their worries. Um, but yeah, the college kids are superstars. So I can't wait to see Big Foe play. I can't wait to see Niece play. I can't wait to see my girl Chloe Kitts. I want to see what Raven's gonna do. Olivia Miles is coming back. I want to see her get down. I'm really excited about like these different players that I've watched, and then some of them I didn't get a chance to really watch, like Juju. I seen some of her highlights, but again, they weren't playing USC. I think I saw 2 games that actually came on TV that I was able to watch. Other than that, they don't, for whatever reason, they never show them here. So I didn't get to see her play, but I want to see what she's going to do. I want to see what UConn is going to do. Like, it's very, very interesting. It's going to be fun. I'm going to be covering them, just like I do the W all through college season. I'm going to be here when the Valks do their draft. I might do a live event with Cess Talk Sports. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest of this year and unrivaled. So stay tuned for that. Um, Eagles brother says he got New York winning. Okay, we got one for New York. BT says Asia Wilson is Tim Duncan. She can't be the face of the league. They need to speed up the draft process. Okay. I don't know why I laugh at what you say, but I don't mean to laugh at it. That's your opinion. That's great. BT says we don't care about the finals since my girl Cardoso got eliminated. I mean, I care about the finals. I want to watch it. I want to see what's going on. Of course, I love my girl Camilla. She's already in China. She just left a couple days ago. She's in China. Their season starts November 9th, I think they said. And then they play all the way to March. So I'm already in contact with somebody who may have links to where we can watch the games. So as much as I can, I'll be reporting about what she's doing over there as well. Kiki Ariafrin transferred to USC. Oh my God, Kiki and Juju. Yep, that's going to be good. Political says college basketball should be hot this year. Yep. BT says the girl that used to work on ESPN, Kari Champion. Yep. They don't want to speak about social issues. Kari and somebody needs to leave the young girls alone. They don't want to speak about social issues. What happens next says they play with confidence. That part, Zah says, period. Oh, you didn't mean it? I thought you meant like period. Period, son. No, my bad accident. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for hanging with me. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Those of you who are not watching me live, still hit that like button. Still share it. Still let people know I'm here talking about women's basketball. Is so important for us in this space to be able to have a community of people that like come to us. And it's not just me, it's Quita, it's RC, it's Sess, it's Brandon, it's Fulan, it's HDTV. It's so many of us that's out here that is talking about women's basketball. And it doesn't hurt. As Quita always says, it's free to hit the subscribe button. It's free to hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. My channel is not monetized, so I ain't got no membership. I ain't got no Patreon. I ain't got none of that. All I have is a subscribe button and a like button. So if you hit that, that would mean the world to me. That'd be great. And tell a friend to tell a friend, because we have fun over here. We may not agree on everything. We may have opposing thoughts and opinions, but it's always a good time. I appreciate y'all's opinions. I appreciate y'all's thoughts. Again, I don't always have to agree with them, but I enjoy that we have camaraderie here, and it's always respectful. It's always cool. So I appreciate y'all in the chat. Eagles Brother says also follow the podcast you're a part of. Good content. Thank you. Which one? Are you talking about my personal podcast, Jay's Quick 3, or are you talking about She Shoots, She Scores? Because I'll be out here in these streets. I'll be doing some things. BT says, heard they paying $1 to $3 million in China. Shame on the WNBA, who is negotiating this crappy deals for the women. Well, I mean, they ain't got a lot of money to be shelling out. I mean, so I hear. But with this new media rights they have, hopefully they can start paying these women some real money, because you are right. I heard the same thing. I also heard that the $1 to $3 million is usually for, I think, players they've had over there before. Some of the newer players coming over there, if it's like their first year or so, they're paying them between $300,000 and $500,000. No, 150 up to $500,000, which is still way more than they would get paid in the W. So yeah, the W needs to get on their Zoom and get these ladies paid. BT says, when do you get your dollar logo? I want to donate. I think it should be, if y'all look in the description or the show notes or whatever it is down there, I have my my Cash App, but if y'all want to donate, I'll put it here in the comments if y'all want to. Y'all really don't have to, but hey, I'll take whatever. I got equipment here. It wasn't free, but if y'all want to donate to the cause, that's all good. But here is my Cash App there. It should show up. Those of you that are watching me on Twitch, what's up? What's up on Twitch? I appreciate y'all also for watching and running my numbers up over there. I do appreciate it. Country says China and overseas teams are not bound by the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement. They have big pockets over there. That part. Political says, y'all, yeah, spread the word, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Political. Eagles brother says she shoots, she scores. Yeah. So I do she shoots, she scores mainly on the weekend. So Saturday is usually the day I'm on there. But we go live Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. A large amount of our now, how did that happen? A large amount of our group members are in Florida. So y'all give prayers, thoughts and prayers to everyone who is in Florida. I think the hurricane is hitting right now. Any of my watchers, my listeners, my supporters, my Twitter friends, Instagram friends, TikTok friends, those of you that are in Florida, prayers and thoughts and everything go out to you. Hunker down, stay safe. I hope you have shelter and all that good stuff. I'm wishing nothing but safety and everything for you guys that are out there that are dealing with what's going on. Should be happening. I think I saw like the eye was just landing, just hitting shore right now. So hope that everything works out for everyone, especially my She Shoots, She Scores co-hosts. Captain Will 2. Fulan, I mentioned you. I love your channel. You be giving up that knowledge. I try. I just tell you what I know. Tell you what I know and what my opinions are. I appreciate y'all for listening. BT says, I'm moving my church tied to the JSpotNetwork, doing the Lord's work. This show is therapy for me. Thank you, BT. Don't give your tithes to me. Now I don't want to be upset with the Lord or nothing like that for taking your money. Political says prayers for Florida. Country says top players and tall players like Griner, Taurasi, Camilla will make over $1 million in China. Good. That's good to know. Zah says, yeah, prayers up to everyone in Florida. Yep. So thank y'all again. Hit up my Cash App if you like. If you don't want to do that, at least give me the likes, give me the shares, share it, tell folks, tell people, hey, on Tuesdays, we come to the JSpotNetwork and we have a good time. Or sometimes it's Wednesdays, or sometimes she's in her living room and she's just talking to us. Whatever it is, tell the people, come check me out. It's always a good time. And I appreciate y'all. We are going to be out. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. Peace out. Go Mini. Let's go Mini.